Hi Virgo, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come out in today's reading for you. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through the cards that come out in today's reading for you. So the first card we have is the Nine of Wands, and we have some fire sign energy with this. It could be dealing with the Sagittarius or Leo or even an Aries. And we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. And we have the Page of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. So with this Ace of Swords showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like an energy of having communication. I do feel like someone kind of opening doors of communication or someone breaking their silence, but it does feel like communication that is happening that does feel like it is something that is quite significant, or it's very it could even feel a bit unexpected. But with this Ace of Swords strung up over here, it feels like communication also leading to a lot of clarity within a situation and being able to get to a place of understanding. I do feel like with this Ace of Swords strung up over here though, this does also feel like having a resonance in the understanding, in the sense of being able to connect on a mental level. Do you feel like with this Nine of Wands though, this does feel like an energy of kind of being in a space where you could be dealing with a person who's kind of coming across quite guarded at this time. But I do feel like this person kind of self-protecting, and also a lot of that being brought upon based upon past experiences. So it does feel like an energy of kind of being in a space where this person is a bit, I do feel like at times they may come across a bit anxious. I do feel like there could even be a lot of fear that is also kind of that is rooted in a lot of fear. With the Nine of Wands showing up over here though, this does feel like an energy of kind of being in a space where you do feel like this person, it's like they could be guarded, but I do feel like there's still the sense of wanting to fight for this connection and being quite they're quite invested in this connection on a further extent than you may realize. So this Four of Swords strung up in the reverse, you do get that there is communication that's happening, someone breaking their silence. I do feel like with the Four of Swords strung up in the reverse, it feels like an energy of being in a space where someone feels ready to be able to communicate or have a conversation. With the Page of Swords strung up over here, it does feel like an energy of a lot of curiosity and kind of watching from a distance and trying to gauge the situation or where your mind is at. But I do get that with this Page of Swords strung up over here, this does feel like an energy of also being it's like this person also thinking very much about you or thinking very much about the situation. But it does feel like there's a lot for them to say. And with the Page of Swords strung up over here, it's like they are curious to find out where your mind's at before they're able to say what they have to say. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So you've got the Judgment card. We have some Scorpio energy with this. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. And we have the Star. And we also have some Aquarius energy with the Star card. And we have the Three of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Six of Swords, but it is in the reverse. So the Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of kind of being unable to move on or move past a situation that may have happened in the past, but I do feel like it's something that still is weighing heavy on this person. And I do feel like with the Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, it feels like an energy of having bringing something up from the past, or someone kind of coming back around from the past. Do you feel like with the Six of Swords showing up over here, it's with intention to be able to work through either a misunderstanding or even what feels like unfinished business? I do feel like with the Judgment card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of also being in a space where somebody could be desiring a second chance or maybe wanting to give you a second chance. With this Judgment card showing up over here, I do feel like there's a lot of there's a lot of there's a lot of focus or analysis on this connection, or even on the idea of giving things a second chance from this person. But I do get that with the Star card showing up over here, the connection does go deep, or there is a lot of depth to what you have. I do feel like with the Star card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of having moments of reflection regarding this person, and kind of being in a space where there could also be some hope of being able to hear from this person. With this Star card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of distance as well. So there could be a physical distance, or there could be a distance as far as even an emotional distance. But it does feel like that kind of being something that is affecting you. I do feel like there is a desire for, or even a longing for, being able to hear from this person. So with this Three of Cups showing up over here, though, this does feel like an energy of actually having a strong connection that's also rooted in being able to have a genuine sense of friendship with this person. So I do feel like there is compatibility at the core of a connection with this person, but also as far as being able to have a having the possibility of having this cordial energy. I do feel like there is a sense of friendship, or there may have been a start to the connection that was based on amicable energy between the two of you. But with this Three of Cups showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being able to be surrounded by other people and having many people around you, and kind of being social, being out and about. But I do feel like with the Three of Cups showing up over here, it feels like an energy of being able to actually enjoy being able to be out in a social setting. So I do feel like there is a sense of kind of getting back to a place where it's like you are going out more. I do feel like with this Three of Cups showing up over here, this energy feels like being able to have enjoyable experiences in social settings, and then also to be able to make meaningful connections. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the past life relationship card. We have give your relationship a chance. And we have the soulmate card. So with this past life relationship card showing up over here, do you feel like there could be history over here? It does also feel like being able to have a connection that is a strong connection. It is rooted in being able to have a sense of, I do feel like there's a sense of being able to actually feel this connection with this person quite early on, and this person is being able to recognize this connection quite early on. I do feel like with the past life relationship card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of there being history in this connection. I do feel like this person's wanting a second chance, or wanting to be able to offer a second chance, or asking for a second chance. But with this past life relationship card showing up over here, I do feel like there is an intense energy to this connection that is still present and still exists. So with this give your relationship a chance card showing up over here, I do feel like this is pertaining to Six of Swords in the reverse. There's like an energy of wanting to give things a second chance. And I do feel like with this give your relationship a chance, this person wanting a second chance, or feeling as though there is unfinished business within this connection that feels like it needs to be addressed, or there's some kind of closure that needs to be given to the situation. With this give your relationship a chance card showing up over here, though, this does feel like an energy of the door kind of still being open. You do feel like this person wanting you to give them a chance, or being in a space where they want to entertain the idea of a second chance. But with the soulmate card showing up over here, I do feel like there is a strong connection here, and I do feel like there is a connection that is rooted in something real, or there may be even this sense that this person gets that there's a soulmate-like connection over here. And I do feel like with the soulmate card showing up over here, this does feel like a strong connection. It does feel like having A lot of soulmate like energy to the connection that you have with this person. I do feel like though, with the Page of Swords strung up over here, feels a little bit reserved when it comes to being able to express that. I do feel like there's a sense of feeling much more stronger than what is being said. So I do feel like at times it may even be something that you may not realize about this person, or even about where this person is at, but it does feel like their feelings going much deeper than you may be aware of. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Virgo. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Virgo.